You need to listen to this message before the sun sets today, because what is happening between December 23rd and December 25th, 2025, is not just another energetic shift, it is a spiritual critical point that most chosen ones are completely unprepared for. If you have been feeling a sudden, unexplained heaviness, a sense of confusion, or physical symptoms that doctors cannot explain since the new moon and the solstice passed, you are not going crazy, and you are certainly not alone, but you are in danger of falling into what the ancients called the solstice trap. Most people in the spiritual community will tell you that the winter solstice on December 21st was the finish line. They will tell you that the new moon was the moment of manifestation, but they are wrong, because the real test does not happen during the event. It happens in the 3 days of darkness that follow the event. You are currently sitting in the integration void, a period of time where the veil between the dimensions is so thin that while your blessings are trying to come in, spiritual interference is working overtime to block them. If you are watching this video right now, it is because your soul contracted to be here, to hear this warning, and to understand the 9 specific physical symptoms that prove you are shifting timelines right now. This is not a drill, this is the final separation between the 3D matrix and the 5D reality. And if you do not recognize these signs, you might mistake your ascension for a breakdown. We need to address the elephant in the room immediately, because there is a massive misconception floating around the spiritual community that as soon as the solstice hits, everything becomes light and love and easy. But if you are a chosen one, you know that the last 48 hours have felt like a battleground. This is because of the expectation versus reality of high-frequency light downloads. When a massive amount of solar and lunar light hits your energetic body, as it did during the solstice and new moon alignment, it does not just fill you up, it flushes you out. Think of it like pouring clean, high-pressure water into a muddy pipe. The first thing that comes out is not clear water, it is all the accumulated sludge, the dirt, and the debris that has been stuck to the walls of your spirit for decades. This serves as your click confirmation that what you are feeling right now is valid. The exhaustion, the irritability, the strange aches in your body, this is the mud coming up to be cleared. The trap is that most chosen ones feel this mud and think they have done something wrong, or that they have missed the portal, or that they are under attack, when in reality, this purge is the absolute proof that the light has entered your system. You are in the void zone of December 23rd to the 25th, a 3-day window where the old timeline has collapsed, but the new one hasn't fully solidified under your feet yet. And this is why you feel like you are floating in limbo. Let's dive deep into the first and most prominent symptom that you are likely experiencing right now, which is a very specific type of pressure in the head, specifically around the crown and the forehead, often accompanied by a sense of dizziness, or what we call vertigo, of the soul. This is not a normal headache that responds to hydration or medicine. This is a cranial expansion. The biology of your ascension is catching up to your spirit. The pineal gland and the pituitary gland are currently being bombarded with gamma rays and plasma light codes that entered our atmosphere during the solstice gateway. These glands are physically swelling slightly as they activate to interpret higher frequencies. When you feel that band of pressure around your head, or that sharp piercing sensation right between your eyebrows, it is because your hardware is being upgraded to process a new software. You are literally downloading a new operating system for 2026. The spiritual trap here is that when this symptom arises, the matrix programming tells you that you are sick or that you are stressed, and it encourages you to lower your vibration with fear or synthetic suppression. Instead, you need to recognize this as the crown coronation. The universe is trying to place a new mantle of authority on you for the coming year. If you have felt this head pressure or dizziness in the last 2 days, it is a sign that your receiver is being tuned to a station that the rest of the world cannot hear yet. Connected directly to this head pressure is the second symptom, which is a radical shift in your auditory perception. specifically high-pitched ringing in the ears, sudden silences, where the world feels like it has gone mute, or even hearing your name called when no one is there. During this December 23rd to 25th window, the veil is thinnest, and the sacred echo is loudest. Science calls this tinnitus, but for the chosen one, this is frequency calibration. Notice which ear it is happening in. If it is the right ear, it is often a download of information, a warning, or guidance regarding your external world and your mission. If it is the left ear, it is often a calibration of your internal world, your physical vessel, and your emotional state. But here is the critical part that you must understand about this time frame. The ringing is changing pitch. You might notice it goes from a low hum to a high screech, and then to a silence. This fluctuation is your energy body trying to harmonize with the Schumann resonance of the earth, which has been spiking wildly since the new moon. You are literally becoming a tuning fork. The danger during this 3-day void is that entities often try to mimic these frequencies to plant seeds of doubt. If the ringing brings you fear, anxiety, or chaotic thoughts, that is interference. If the ringing brings you a sudden moment of pause, a stop and look sensation, that is your angelic team pinging your location. You must learn to discern the difference right now, because the instructions for your next step in life are hidden within those frequencies. We are going to go deeper into the physical vessel now, because the third symptom is one that brings the most shame and confusion to chosen ones, and that is extreme, unexplainable exhaustion and lethargy. You might have slept for 8 or 10 hours, yet you wake up feeling like you have been running a marathon in your dreams. You might feel like your limbs weigh 1,000 pounds, or you have zero motivation to do even the simplest tasks. Listen to me, this is not laziness, and this is not depression. This is carbon to crystalline conversion. Your physical body is carbon-based, but as we move into this higher 5D frequency, your cellular structure is holding more light, shifting into a crystalline matrix. This process requires an immense amount of metabolic energy. The new moon and solstice combination acted as a massive energy surge, and now, your body is in recovery mode. Think of your body like a phone that is plugged into a charger that is too powerful. It gets hot, it gets slow, and sometimes it shuts down to protect the circuitry. During these 3 days, December 23rd through 25th, the universe is putting you in a forced rest mode. The spiritual trap is that the matrix demands you to be productive. It demands you to rush around for the holidays, to shop, to socialize, to perform. When you force yourself to push through this sacred exhaustion, you are resisting the upgrade. You are ripping the cable out of the wall before the charge is complete. If you are feeling this bone-deep tiredness, it is a command from your soul to be still. Before we move to the next symptoms, I want you to take a moment and anchor this energy, because what I am about to reveal regarding the heart and the stomach is going to explain exactly why you have been feeling so anxious. If you are still with me, if you are recognizing these signs in your own body, I want you to confirm your status as one of the awakening ones. Go down to the comments right now and type the number 888. This is the number of infinite abundance and the loop of time closing and opening. By typing 888, you are telling the universe, I receive the upgrade, and I reject the trap. Do not just watch passively. Engage your energy. Type 888 inches, and let the algorithm of the universe know you are awake. Now, let's talk about the fourth symptom, which is perhaps the most frightening one for many: heart palpitations and high heart flutters. You might be sitting completely still, watching TV or reading, and suddenly your heart begins to race, or it skips a beat, or you feel a strange vibration in the center of your chest. Medically, you should always check with a doctor to be safe, but for the vast majority of chosen ones who are physically healthy, this is the activation of the heart chakra and the high heart chakra, the thymus. The solstice energy is purely solar. It is heart-centered energy, and it is blasting open the armor you have placed around your heart. We are moving into a timeline where we cannot carry old grief, old betrayal, or old heartbreak. This physical fluttering is literally the energy of old trauma being shaken loose. It is the great defrosting. Your heart has been in survival mode, protecting you from the harshness of the 3D world, but to enter the 2026 timeline, your heart must be open. The fluttering is the cracking of the shell. The trap here is falling into panic. The enemy wants you to think you are dying so that you lower your vibration into fear. When you feel the flutter, place your hand on your chest and breathe. Say, "I am safe, I am expanding." This sensation is actually your heart expanding its electromagnetic field to attract your soul tribe in the coming year. You are becoming a magnet, and the magnet is turning on. Symptom number 5 is centered in the solar plexus and the stomach. Nausea, digestive purging, or a sudden change in appetite. Some of you cannot eat anything. Food looks repulsing to you. Others of you have a bottomless hunger, specifically for grounding foods like carbs or proteins. The solar plexus is your center of power and your center of gut instinct. During this solstice new moon window, your solar plexus is being purged of fear programming. We hold fear in our gut. We hold the fear of not having enough, the fear of not being good enough, the fear of the future. It all lives in the stomach lining. The nausea you are feeling is energetic expulsion. You are literally vomiting up the fear of your ancestors. This is why it is happening right now, December 23rd to 25th, as the light returns solstice. The shadows in the gut must leave. If you find yourself running to the bathroom or feeling queasy, bless it. Say, "I release the scarcity mindset." Do not suppress this with heavy medication if you can avoid it. Let it flow out. The spiritual trap is thinking you have food poisoning or a bug, and then getting angry at your body. Your body is doing the heavy lifting for your spirit. It is detoxing the poison of the matrix, so you can walk into the new year pure. We must discuss the 6th symptom because it is the one that makes you feel like you are losing your mind. Memory loss, time glitches, and foggy brain. You might walk into a room and completely forget why you are there. You might lose track of what day it is. You might look at a clock, look away, and look back, and an hour has passed in what felt like a minute. This is happening because the timeline is collapsing. The linear time structure of the 3D reality is dissolving for chosen ones. You are moving into spherical time or now time. The solstice was a zero-point event, a moment where time stood still, and you are still rippling out from that. When you forget a word or a name, it is because your consciousness is shifting out of the mental body and into the intuitive body. The mental body holds facts, the intuitive body holds knowing. You are losing the facts to gain the knowing. The trap is frustration. When you beat yourself up for being forgetful, you anchor yourself back in the old timeline. You must surrender to the flow. If you forget something, it means it was not necessary for your survival in that moment. Your brain is decluttering unnecessary files to make space for the divine mission downloads that are coming in January. This brain fog is actually a protective mechanism. It is the universe putting blinders on you so you focus only on what is directly in front of you, preventing you from being overwhelmed by the massive picture of your future. Symptom number 7 is one that is often overlooked, but is incredibly significant during this specific December window. Vivid, intense, and lucid dreaming, or waking up strictly between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. This is the witching hour, but for chosen ones, it is the divine hour. Because your body is so exhausted. Symptom 3, your physical vessel sleeps deeply, which allows your spirit to travel unencumbered. The solstice opened a galactic portal, and your astral body is attending meetings, schools, and councils during your sleep state. You are literally working while you sleep. You might wake up with a song in your head, a specific word, or just a feeling of having been somewhere else. If you are waking up at 3:33 or 4:44, this is a summons. The veil is thinnest then. The trap is rolling over and looking at your phone, checking social media, and flooding your brain with blue light and doom scrolling. That is how the enemy steals your download. If you wake up during these hours, in the next 3 days, lay still. Ask what is the message. Keep a journal by your bed. The dreams you are having right now are not just subconscious processing. They are precognitive visions of 2026. You are being shown the timeline you need to choose. If you ignore them, you are walking into the new year blind. The 8th symptom is physical heat, or hot flashes, that have nothing to do with your age or the temperature of the room. This is the Kundalini energy rising. The solstice is fire energy. The new moon is water energy. When fire meets water, you get steam. This alchemical reaction is happening at the base of your spine. You might feel a sudden wave of heat rush up your back, or your hands and feet might get incredibly hot. This is Reiki hands, or healing hands activating. You are becoming a conduit for source energy. The universe is running a high voltage current through your meridian lines to burn out any blockages. This heat is burning away karmic cords. During this December 23rd to 25th window, many of you are finally, energetically severing ties with toxic relationships, old addictions, and generational curses. The heat is the fire of transmutation. It is uncomfortable, yes, but it is purifying. The trap is trying to cool it down or suppress it with fear. Let the fire burn. Visualize it burning away everything that is not you. This is the phoenix energy. You cannot rise from the ashes if you do not allow the fire to consume the old version of you first. Before we get to the final 9th symptom, which is the most subtle but the most profound proof of your chosen status, I need you to understand why this is happening now. Why December 23rd to 25th? In the ancient traditions, the sun dies on the solstice and stays dead for 3 days before being reborn on the 25th, moving 1 degree north. You are currently in the tomb. You are in the cocoon. The mushy, messy, painful disintegration of the caterpillar happens before the butterfly emerges. You are not dying, you are transforming. But the transformation requires the death of the old. That is what these symptoms are, the funeral of your old self. If you are feeling these things, you should be celebrating, because it means the enemy failed to keep you asleep. It means you made the cut. You are moving through the eye of the needle. We are halfway through this download, and the energy is building. If you have felt the heat, the dreams, or the fog, I need you to claim your power right now. Do not let this video just be background noise. Interacting with this truth anchors it into your reality. Comment "I am awake" below. Just those 3 words. I am awake. It is a declaration of sovereignty. It tells the entities watching that you know who you are, and you know what is happening. Comment "I am awake," and let's seal this truth. Now the 9th symptom. This is the one that connects all the others. It is a sense of not belonging, or extreme detachment from the external world. You might look at your family, your friends, the holiday decorations, the news, and it all feels like a movie set. It feels fake. It feels flat. You might feel like a stranger in your own house, or an actor in a play that you no longer want to be in. This is called dissociation from the matrix. As your vibration rises due to the solstice new moon integration, you are literally vibrating out of phase with the 3D world. You are becoming incompatible with the old reality. This can feel incredibly lonely. It can feel like depression, but it is actually elevation. You are an eagle flying so high that the ground looks like a painting. You are detached because you are no longer entangled. The emotional hooks that the matrix used to control you, guilt, obligation, fear of missing out, are falling off. The spiritual trap here is guilt. The enemy will whisper, "Look at you. You are ungrateful. You are cold. You don't care about the holidays." Do not listen. You care deeply, but you care from a soul level, not a performative societal level. This detachment is necessary, so you can observe your life without reacting to it. It is the 0-point perspective. From this place of detachment, you can create anything you want for 2026. You are the director now, not the actor. These 9 symptoms are the physical evidence that you are in the solstice trap danger zone. Not because the energy is bad, but because the integration is heavy, and the temptation to relapse into old coping mechanisms is high. But realizing these symptoms is only the first step. Knowing you are in the trap is how you stop panicking, but getting out of the trap and harnessing this massive energy to launch yourself into the highest timeline for 2026 requires a specific set of actions. You cannot just sit there and let these symptoms pummel you. You have to actively participate in your birth. There are 3 specific protocols you need to do in the next 24 hours to turn these symptoms from pain into power. If you miss this, you will carry this Ascension flu well into January, and you will start the new year exhausted instead of empowered. We are about to cover exactly how to transmute this energy, how to protect your aura during this thinning of the veil, and the one thing you must absolutely avoid doing on Christmas Day if you want to keep your frequency high. This is where the rubber meets the road. You have the diagnosis. Now you need the cure. The first thing you need to understand is that your water intake is not just about hydration right now, it is about conductivity. But simply drinking water isn't enough. You have to program it. We are going to talk about structured water and how it acts as a coolant for your overheating nervous system. But deeper than that, we need to talk about the solstice silence. The world is loud right now. The commercialism, the noise, the chaos. You are being called to be the eye of the storm. You are still here, which means you have passed the first test of the chosen one, the test of endurance. Most people clicked away when the symptoms were listed because the reality of the biological ascension process is too heavy for the unawakened mind to comprehend. But you stayed. You stayed because your soul recognizes that knowing the symptoms is useless if you do not know how to survive the integration period. We have established that your body is currently a construction zone, a chaotic mix of carbon breaking down and crystalline light activating. But now we must discuss the environment in which this construction is happening. This is where the danger lies. This is the solstice trap. You are trying to rebuild a temple in the middle of a battlefield. The dates of December 23rd, 24th, and 25th are not random holidays on a calendar. They are a specific energetic corridor known in occult circles as the days of the shadow. While the sun has technically returned, its light has not yet anchored. This creates a vacuum, and in a vacuum, anything can enter. This is why you feel the confusion, the detachment, and the heaviness we discussed in part 1. The Matrix knows that during these 3 days, you are vulnerable, open, and rewriting your DNA code. If the Matrix can insert fear, drama, or low-frequency distractions into your field right now, it can hijack your timeline for the entirety of 2026. This is not about scaring you. It is about arming you. You are walking through a minefield, and I am about to hand you the map. We need to go back to the water concept I teased at the end of the last transmission, because this is the single most practical tool you have for the next 72 hours. And almost no one in the spiritual community is explaining why it matters. It is not just hydration. You have heard drink more water 1,000 times. But you need to understand the metaphysics of water to survive this shift. Water is a liquid crystal. It is a programmable storage medium. Science has proven that water holds memory, that it changes its molecular structure based on the frequencies and intentions directed at it. Right now, your body is overheating from the solar plasma downloads of the solstice. Your nervous system is frying. When you drink tap water, or dead bottled water that has been sitting in plastic under fluorescent lights, you are putting dead information into a system that is trying to upgrade to living light. It is like trying to run a supercomputer on a low-voltage dirty battery. It causes crashes. This is why the headaches and the nausea persist even when you drink gallons of water. You are drinking the wrong kind of water. This is not for everyone. It's for the chosen who are ready to change their reality. I released a members-only deep briefing called Chosen Ones. Warning: watch this video before the 31st of December 2025 midnight. You are not ready for this. Don't ignore these signs. In that video I reveal the exact activations and protections you must do. Click the description link or the pinned comment and watch it before the energy lands. If you skip this window, you may never get this same upgrade. The protocol for the next 3 days is to become an alchemist with your hydration. You must structure your water before you consume it. This does not require expensive machines. It requires your consciousness, which is the most powerful technology in the universe. Before you drink anything between now and December 26th, you must hold the glass in your hands. Your hands are minor chakras, energy portals that emit your specific frequency. Hold the glass and speak a specific command into the water. Words are vibrations. When you speak into the water, you rearrange its chaotic molecules into a coherent geometric pattern that your cells can absorb instantly. The command you need to use during this solstice trap is I command this water to carry the frequency of divine restoration and 5D clarity. Flush out the static. Anchor the light. Visualize white light pouring from your palms into the liquid. It takes 10 seconds, but the difference it makes is night and day. When you drink this programmed water, it acts as a coolant for your Kundalini fire. It soothes the inflammation in your brain, the headache, and it tells your DNA, we are safe to upgrade. If you skip this, you are letting the dirty energy of the collective unconscious circulate through your veins. Do not be passive with your biology. You are the master of your vessel. Now we must address the most treacherous part of the solstice trap, the holiday harvest. This is a hard truth that many of you already feel in your gut, but are afraid to articulate. The holiday season, specifically the gathering of families and the forced social obligations of December 24th and 25th, is often designed as an energy harvesting mechanism. As a chosen one, you are the black sheep of your lineage. You are the cycle breaker. You are the one who woke up. This means your frequency is naturally higher and more intense than the people around you who are still plugged into the 3D matrix. When you enter a room full of sleeping family members during this sensitive integration window, you are a walking battery entering a room of drained devices. Physics dictates that energy flows from high concentration to low concentration. This is why you leave family dinners feeling absolutely depleted, depressed, and needing to sleep for 2 days, while they leave feeling energized and happy. They fed off you. It is usually not malicious. It is energetic physics. But right now, during this critical December 23rd, 25th window, you cannot afford to be the food source. You need every ounce of your energy to stabilize your new timeline. The Matrix uses guilt to keep you in the harvesting loop. It tells you that you are selfish if you set boundaries. It tells you that you must engage in every argument, every drama, every tradition that drains you. But listen closely. The solstice trap is the trap of obligation over alignment. If you sacrifice your alignment to please people who do not see you, you are telling the universe that you prefer the old timeline. You are consenting to be drained. This year, you must approach these gatherings differently. You must use the gray rock spiritual method. If you must be around lowering density energy, you do not engage. You do not try to wake them up. You do not try to heal them. You become like a gray rock, uninteresting, neutral, and impenetrable. You observe, but you do not absorb. You visualize a mirror of violet flame facing outward from your body. Any negativity, any passive-aggressive comment, any chaotic energy that comes your way, hits that mirror and bounces back to the sender, not as an attack, but as a return to sender. You are a lighthouse. Yes, but a lighthouse stands on the rocks. It does not jump into the choppy water to save the boats. If you jump in, you drown. Stay on the rocks. This leads us to the psychological warfare of the expectation gap. During the solstice trap, the Matrix bombards you with images of the perfect holiday. The commercials, the movies, the social media posts, they are all casting a spell of perfect happiness. But your reality, the reality of the chosen one, is often one of solitude, internal shifting, and purging. The discrepancy between what you are supposed to feel joy, togetherness, and what you actually feel exhaustion, detachment, symptom 9, creates a vibration of lack. You start thinking, what is wrong with me? Why am I not happy? Why am I alone? This is a calculated attack. The entities that run the 3D matrix feed on your disappointment. They want you to compare your behind the scenes with everyone else's highlight reel. You must realize that the perfect holiday is a construct. It is a hologram. Real spiritual work is messy. It is quiet. It is often lonely. The fact that you are feeling detached is not a failure. It is a sign that you have unplugged from the hologram. You are seeing the set for what it is: cardboard and paint. Do not mourn the illusion. Celebrate the reality that you are free from it. Let's go deeper into the silence. I mentioned the solstice silence is the counter-move to the Matrix's noise. The world is screaming right now. Buy this, watch this, eat this. It is a cacophony designed to scramble your reception. Your guidance for 2026, the specific instructions on where to live, who to partner with, what business to start, is trying to come through on a very subtle frequency. It is like a whisper in a nightclub. If you are busy dancing to the Matrix's music, you will miss the whisper. The protocol is this: between now and December 25th, you must carve out 0-point pockets. These are 15-minute intervals where you turn off the phone, turn off the music, close the door, and sit in absolute silence. No meditation music, no guided tracks, just silence. In that silence, the ringing in your ears, symptom 2 will calibrate. In that silence, the heart flutters, symptom 4 will settle into a rhythm. It is in these pockets of silence that the download actually unpacks itself. Think of the solstice light as a zipped file you received on December 21st. The silence is the password that unzips the file. If you do not give yourself silence, you enter 2026 with a corrupted file. You will feel the urge, but you won't have the map. We need to pause here, because the energy of this transmission is shifting. I can feel the resistance coming up for some of you. The resistance that says, I can't just detach. I have kids. I have a job. I have responsibilities. I hear you. This is not about abandoning your 3D life. It is about energetically prioritizing your 5D soul. You can cook the dinner, but do it with the structured water command. You can attend the party, but wear your violet mirror shield. You can be in the world, but not of it. It is a shift in posture, not necessarily a shift in location. You are the anchor. If the anchor drifts, the whole ship is lost. You owe it to your lineage to stay stable. If you are resonating with this, if you feel the truth of this energy harvesting in your bones because you have lived it every Christmas for the last 10 years, I need you to break the contract right now. The simple act of acknowledging the trap dismantles the trap. Go to the comments and type, I am the vessel. By typing this, you are reclaiming your body. You are stating that you are not a food source for the Matrix. You are a vessel for the divine light. It is a boundary setting. I am the vessel. Put it in the comments. Let the universe see your boundary. Do it now before the distraction sets back in. Now we must discuss the Dreamtime War in more detail. In part 1, I told you that waking up at 3 a.m. is a symptom. But now I need to tell you what is actually happening in the astral planes during these 3 nights Dick 23 Might 25. The dark entities know that the solstice light is powerful. They cannot stop the light from hitting Earth, so they try to stop it from integrating into you. They do this by attacking your subconscious mind while you sleep. Have you noticed that your dreams lately have been chaotic, violent, or filled with people from your past who you haven't thought about in years? Ex-partners, old toxic bosses, childhood bullies. This is not random. This is recycling. The Matrix is pulling up old files from your hard drive to re-traumatize you. They want you to wake up feeling heavy, guilty, or fearful, because if you wake up in fear, you spend the whole day metabolizing that fear instead of metabolizing the solstice light. It is a distraction tactic. They are trying to keep you busy fighting old ghosts, so you don't notice the new door opening. The protection strategy for this is the Salt and Sound protocol. Before you sleep tonight, and especially on Christmas Eve, you need to seal your bedroom. Physically, salt has a crystalline structure that absorbs negative ions and psychic debris. You don't need to circle your whole house, but placing a small bowl of salt under your bed or in the corners of your room creates a grid. It acts as a static filter, but more importantly, you need sound. The last thing you hear before you drift off programs your subconscious for the next 8 hours. If you fall asleep watching the news, or a violent movie, or scrolling through drama, you are leaving your back door wide open for entities. Tonight, play a 432 Hz or 528 Hz frequency track as you fall asleep. These frequencies act as a firewall. They repair DNA and create a shield that lower astral entities cannot penetrate. You will notice that when you do this, the nightmare recycling stops and the prophetic dreams begin. You will wake up with answers instead of anxiety. This is crucial for the night of December 24th, specifically, as the collective energy of the world is chaotic and high-strung. You need your bedroom to be a sanctuary, a Faraday cage against the psychic static. There is another layer to the solstice trap that involves your physical possessions and the energy of clutter. This might sound mundane, but it is deeply spiritual. Energy cannot flow where there is stagnation. During the solstice, new energy wants to come in. If your physical space is cluttered, if your corners are filled with junk, if your closet is stuffed with clothes from your old self, the energy gets stuck. It creates eddies and whirlpools of stagnant chi. This stagnation manifests in your body as that stomach nausea and heaviness. Symptom 5. The outer world reflects the inner world. During these 3 days, even if you are tired, try to clear just one small area. A drawer, a table, the space under your bed. As you clear the physical space, visualize yourself clearing the timeline. Throwing away that old receipt is not just cleaning, it is deleting an old program. This is feng shui for ascension. The solstice light needs a runway to land. If the runway is full of debris, the plane cannot land. Give the universe a clean corner to anchor your blessings in. Let's talk about the throat chakra blockage that often appears around December 24th. You might find yourself losing your voice, having a sore throat, or feeling a lump in your throat when you try to speak your truth to family members. This is the silencer. The Matrix does not want the chosen ones to speak. It wants you compliant. It wants you to nod and smile at the dinner table, while people say things that are vibrationally offensive to your soul. The trap is either staying silent and swallowing the poison, which makes you sick, or exploding in anger, which lowers your vibration. The middle path is the path of the sovereign voice. You do not need to argue, but you must not agree with lies. A simple, "I see it differently," or "that is not my truth," is enough. You do not need to convince them, you just need to not betray yourself. When you feel that lump in your throat, hum. Literally hum, a low tone. This vibrates the vagus nerve and breaks up the energetic stagnation in the throat chakra. It signals to your nervous system that you are safe to speak. Do not let the holidays silence your knowing. Your voice is the frequency that commands your reality. If you mute yourself now, you mute your manifestation power for January. We are approaching the critical understanding of fake light versus true light. December 25th is celebrated as the return of the light, but in the Matrix, it is often celebrated with artificiality, plastic trees, electric lights, synthetic food, forced smiles. This is a mimicry of the organic solar event. The danger for the chosen one is getting lost in the artificiality and forgetting the organic connection. The true light is not found in a department store. It is found in the sun, in the earth, in the breath. On December 25th, no matter what your plans are, you must make contact with the organic world. Step outside, put your bare feet on the ground, or your hands on a tree. Look at the actual sun, not a screen. This reconnects you to the organic timeline of the earth. The earth is ascending. The shopping mall is not. If you stay trapped in the artificial box for 72 hours, you lose the pulse of the planet. You need to synchronize your heartbeat with the Earth's heartbeat, the Schumann resonance. This grounding act is what pulls the solstice energy from your crown, where it causes headaches down into your root, where it becomes manifest reality. You have to ground the lightning, or it will just burn the house down. I want to touch on the sensation of time collapse again, symptom 6, because it is going to intensify on December 24th. You might feel like the day is only 3 hours long. You might feel a sense of rushing, a panic that you are running out of time. This is an illusion. The 3D time is speeding up because it is collapsing, but you are moving into vertical time. Vertical time is depth. It is presence. The Matrix wants you to rush. Hurry up, buy the gift, cook the food, get there on time. Rush is the enemy of alignment. When you feel the panic of not enough time, stop, literally stop moving. Take 3 deep breaths. Remind yourself, I exist in the eternal now. By refusing to rush, you step out of the chaotic 3D timeline and into the calm 5D timeline. You will find that when you move slowly and with intention, everything gets done, and you are not exhausted. You bend time by refusing to be a slave to it. The solstice trap is a speed trap. Slow down. The feeling of grief that comes up right now is also part of the trap if misunderstood. You might feel sad for no reason. You might miss people who are no longer in your life, or miss a version of yourself that is gone. This is the mourning of the ego. Your ego is dying. The part of you that needed validation, that needed to be saved, that needed to fit in, it is dissolving in the solstice light, and even though that version of you was limited, it was familiar. It is okay to grieve the loss of your old self, but do not mistake this grief for depression. You are grieving because you are growing. It is growing pains. Cry if you need to. Tears are releasing cortisol and old trauma codes, but do not unpack your bags and live in the grief. Let it flow like a river, not sit like a pond. This purge is making space for the joy that is coming. You cannot fill a cup that is already full of old stale water. Empty the cup. As we move through this, you must understand that you are under psychic surveillance. This sounds intense, but every chosen one knows the feeling of being watched, or the feeling that as soon as you make a decision to level up, chaos breaks out to stop you. The car breaks down. The argument happens. The bill arrives. This is resistance turbulence. It happens when you break the sound barrier. You are breaking the light barrier right now. The turbulence you are experiencing, the symptoms, the family drama, the fatigue, is the sonic boom of your soul accelerating. It is not a sign to stop. It is a sign that you are moving fast. The trap is thinking, the turbulence means you are going the wrong way. No, the turbulence means you are breaking through. Keep going. Hold the line. We have covered the water, the silence, the protection, and the mindset. But there is a specific energetic activation that needs to happen on December 25th to lock this all in. It is not about a ritual with candles and herbs, though those are fine. It is about a heart lock. On the day of the 25th, amidst the chaos, you need to mentally locate the center of your chest. Visualize a golden door there. This is the portal to your 2026. The key to this door is gratitude. Not the fake polite gratitude, but the radical gratitude for the challenges. Thank the headache for expanding your skull. Thank the fatigue for forcing you to rest. Thank the trigger at the dinner table for showing you where your boundaries are. When you thank the shadow, it loses its power over you. You transmute the lead into gold. This is the ultimate alchemy. I want you to check in with your energy right now. Do you feel the shift? Do you feel the difference between I am sick and I am upgrading? That shift in perspective is the key out of the trap. You are not a victim of the stars. You are the master of them. But you must hold this frequency. The next 24 hours are the most critical. The entities are hungry, but you are not food. You are fire. We are building a grid of protection right here in this community. Every comment, every like, every view adds a brick to the wall of light. If you are ready to shield yourself and your loved ones from the holiday harvest, if you are ready to hold the light without being burned by it, I need you to anchor this protection code. Go to the comments and type 777. This is the number of the spiritual warrior. It is the number of divine intervention. By typing 777, you are calling in your angelic team to stand guard at the four corners of your bed, at the four corners of your home. Do not leave yourself exposed. Type 777 inches and lock your shields in place. But listen to me, surviving the trap is only half the battle. Getting through December 25th without collapsing is a victory. Yes, but what happens on December 26th? What happens when the portal closes and the cement of your new timeline starts to dry? This is where most chosen ones fail. They survive the event, but they mess up the manifestation. There is a specific abundance code that is accessible only right after the solstice window closes. A code that sets your financial and spiritual trajectory for the entire year of 2026. The symptoms you are feeling now are clearing the space for this code. If you do not know how to download it, you will have a clean house but empty furniture. You will be healed but broke. You will be awake but stagnant. In the next part of this transmission, part 3, we are going to pivot from survival to creation. I am going to show you exactly how to use the post-solstice momentum to launch your 2026 timeline. We are going to talk about the January 1st myth and why waiting until New Year's Day is a trap. We are going to talk about the 9th dimension wealth frequency that is available to chosen ones who have cleared their vessel. You have purged the mud. Now you must fill the pipe with gold. Do not stop now. You have come too far to just survive. You were born to thrive. The symptoms are the labor pains. Part 3 is the birth of the baby. The solstice trap is real, but you have the map now. Drink your structured water. Set your gray rock boundaries. Play your frequencies. And remember, the heaviness you feel is the weight of your crown. Wear it. This is urgent. Do not skip this. Watch the members-only briefing. Watch this video before the 31st of December 2025. Midnight. You are not ready for this. Don't ignore these signs. Act now, or regret forever. I reveal the activations and protections you must do before the spiritual energy shifts. Click the link in the description or the pinned comment now. This window won't wait. If you have made it to part 3, you are part of the 1% of the 1% who are actually serious about their ascension. Most people stop at the symptoms. They want to know why their head hurts or why they are tired. And once they have the validation, they go back to sleep. But you are still here because you know that simply surviving the solstice trap is not the mission. You did not come to Earth just to endure headaches and dodge energy vampires. You came here to build. You came here to rewrite the architecture of reality. We have established that the window of December 23rd to December 25th is a void zone, a time of purging and protection. But nature abhors a vacuum. When you clear out the old density, the fear, and the matrix programming, you create a massive empty space within your energetic field. If you do not consciously fill that space with the frequency of your highest timeline, the matrix will rush back in to fill it for you with the same old loops of scarcity and struggle. This is why so many chosen ones have a great spiritual breakthrough in December, only to crash and burn by February. They cleared the house, but didn't buy new furniture. Part 3 is about filling the house. It is about the creation codes that are exclusively available to you right now, and specifically, we need to dismantle the single biggest trap that keeps spiritual people broke and stagnant. The January 1st myth. Let's shatter this illusion immediately. The Matrix operates on the Gregorian calendar, a man-made construct that is out of sync with natural cosmic time. The Matrix tells you, wait until January 1st to start your new life. Wait until New Year's Day to set your resolutions, to change your diet, to launch your business. This is a calculated delay tactic. By the time January 1st rolls around, the cosmic energy of the solstice, the actual new year of the universe, has already dissipated. The solstice on December 21st was the return of the light. The new moon was the planting of the seed. The energy is peak now. Waiting until January 1st is like a farmer waiting until the middle of winter to plant his seeds because the calendar on the wall looks nicer. It is too late. The momentum is here in this messy, chaotic window between December 23rd and December 30th. This period, often called the dead week by society because no one knows what day it is and everyone is sluggish, is actually the golden week for the alchemist. While the rest of the world is in a sugar coma or distracted by sales, the etheric waves are quiet. This is when the masters create. If you wait for the collective to wake up on January 1st, you are trying to manifest in a crowded room. You need to manifest now, while the room is empty. This brings us to the 9th dimension wealth frequency. I know wealth is a trigger word for many chosen ones. You have been programmed, likely over many lifetimes, to believe that money is evil, that poverty is holy, or that you must struggle financially to prove you are spiritual. This is the poverty vow of the Piscean age, and it is the first thing that must be burned in the solstice fire. The 5D earth we are moving into operates on energy flow. Money is just current, it is currency. If you are a chosen one, with a massive mission to heal, to teach, to build sanctuaries, or to help animals, you cannot do that with an empty bank account. The entities that run the matrix want you broke. They want you so focused on paying the rent that you don't have time to meditate or activate your DNA. Keeping you in survival mode is their primary containment strategy. The solstice new moon alignment we just passed has loosened the grip of this scarcity implant. You might be feeling a sudden intense anxiety about money right now. That is the implant fighting for its life. It is the extinction burst of your poverty consciousness. To access the 9th dimension wealth frequency, you must realize that abundance is not something you get. It is a frequency you tune into. It is already there. The solstice light contains the codes of infinite expansion. The protocol for activating this wealth frequency during the golden week involves a radical shift in your internal dialogue. The matrix relies on mirror neural pathways. When you look at your bank account and see a low number, your brain mirrors that lack and produces chemicals of anxiety, which then radiates a frequency of I have nothing, which the universe then matches by giving you more of nothing. It is a loop. To break it, you must hallucinate your reality before it exists. This is not fake it till you make it. It is quantum entanglement. During these 3 days, December 23rd, -25, and leading into the 30th, you must spend time every single day visualizing your 2026 reality, not as a hope, but as a memory. The brain cannot distinguish between a vivid visualization and a physical event. When you close your eyes and feel the texture of the steering wheel of the new car, or smell the salt air of the home by the ocean, or feel the relief of the debt being paid, you are encoding that reality into your hippocampus. You are hacking the timeline. The January 1st myth says I will try. The solstice alchemist says it is done. You need to walk through your house today and thank the universe for the abundance that is on its way, even if the fridge is empty. This gratitude creates a vacuum that pulls resources to you. We need to address the sacred secrecy, because this is where 90% of chosen ones sabotage their manifestation before it even takes root. You receive a massive download during the solstice. You see the vision of your new business, your new relationship, your new body. You get excited, and the first thing you do is run and tell your unawakened family member, your skeptical friend, or you post it on social media, and instantly the energy deflates. Why? Because you just subjected a 5D seed to a 3D judgment. When you tell someone your vision, and they look at you with doubt, or they say be realistic, or they project their own fears onto you, their doubt acts like acid on your seed. It kills the momentum. In ancient mystery schools, the first rule of magic was to know, to will, to dare, and to keep silent. The keep silent part is the most important. During this incubation period between now and January, you must be a tomb. Do not cast your pearls before swine. Your vision is fragile right now. It is an embryo. It needs the womb of your silence to grow. The matrix uses the people around you to harvest your excitement. Have you ever noticed that as soon as you talk about a big plan, you suddenly lose the motivation to do it? That is because the energy leaked out through your mouth, instead of being channeled into action. Zip your lip, let the results speak in 2026. I want to pause here and ground this energy because I can feel the vibration rising. We are talking about rewriting your financial and spiritual DNA. This is heavy work. It requires you to be bold. You have to be willing to leave the victim story behind. Many of you are comfortable in the struggle because it is your identity. I am the one who suffers. I am the one who sacrifices. The solstice is asking, who are you without the struggle? Who are you if everything works out? That version of you is terrifying to the ego, because the ego has no job in a life of ease. You must be willing to fire your ego. If you are ready to claim this abundance, if you are ready to break the poverty loop and step into the wealth code of 2026, I need you to anchor this intention. Go to the comments and type, I claim my abundance. Do not just think it, type it. Physical action anchors, spiritual intent. I claim my abundance. Tell the universe you are open for business. Now let's get tactical with the quantum scripting method. This is the pen and paper tool you need to use before December 30th. Most people write resolutions, which are weak promises to the self. I want to lose weight. I want to make more money. These are weak signals. The universe does not respond to want. It responds to AM. You are going to write a script of the future present. You will sit down with a physical notebook, not a phone, not a laptop, because the hand-brain connection is crucial for neural reprogramming. And you will write a letter to yourself dated December 25th, 2026. You are going to write it in the past tense, as if the year has already happened. I am so grateful that I made $100,000 this year. I am so happy that I healed my autoimmune condition. I loved the trip I took to Bali. You detail the emotions. You describe the smells, the sounds, the feelings. By writing in the past tense, you trick the subconscious mind into believing the timeline has already occurred. This collapses the timeline. It pulls the future into the now. You are not hoping for it. You are remembering it. This is how the ancient prophets worked. They didn't predict the future, they remembered it. Do this during the golden week, when the veil is thin. The airwaves are clear. Your signal will go straight to the source. This is urgent. Do not skip this. Watch the members-only briefing. Watch this video before the 31st of December 2025, midnight. You are not ready for this, don't ignore these signs. Act now or regret forever. I reveal the activations and protections you must do before the spiritual energy shifts. Click the link in the description or the pinned comment now. This window won't wait.